Hi, Tim Unkert here. In this video, we're going to make what I call one of my infinity do nows, and it's basically a do now that I can refresh in the browser, give me different versions of the same do now. And I'm basing these off of sample SAT questions. So I've got this SAT practice test. It's number 1 from College Board here. And they have this question, 4x plus 6 equals 18. Which equation has the same solution as the given equation? It gives you multiple choice here. So we have 4x equals 108, 4x equals 24, 4x equals 12, or 4x equals 3. Well, if I subtract 6 from both sides, I get 4x equals 12, so C would be my correct answer. Now, what I want to do is generate this question, and we're going to make it multiple choice. The first incorrect answer they get by taking 6 and multiplying it by 8. The second one they get incorrect by adding 6 to 18, and the third one they get that's incorrect, the letter D here, is by dividing 18 by 6. So we'll use that for the algorithm of creating this question. So first off, I'm going to bring up VS Code here, and we're going to create a general framework. We'll call this file same equation as. Let's call it that. That'll be the title, and then I'll create some basic styling up here. At the bottom of the file, we'll have our script tag where we're going to put in our JavaScript. And now we want to get our framework. So I'm going to do a container, and then I'm going to have 4 rows in between that. And no, let's make it 8 divs called problem. And then within that, let's see, we're going to have a paragraph with like maybe text aligned in the center, another paragraph, and then a list with 4 list items. Okay, so we'll have a paragraph, we'll give that the class of center, plus a paragraph, we'll give that the class of question. No, actually, yeah, question. And then we'll do a paragraph, and actually let's be specific with naming this. So we'll have the equation in the equation part. So we'll do paragraph with the class of equation, plus a paragraph with the class of question, and an unordered list with a class of solutions, and into that we'll have 4 list items. Okay, and we'll create that. Okay, so that's going to give us our general HTML. I'm going to go down to after the 4th one here, and I'm going to create a div with the class of PB, and that's going to be page break. Then I'm going to go back up to my style here, and I'll create a class of container. So I'm going to print this to PDF at the end, that's the goal. And for this, I want to have a margin on top and bottom of 0, but on the sides of a 1/2 inch. And that'll go good for printing to a PDF. All right, I'm going to give the problem class, let's have a border bottom on that of 6 pixels dotted, and let's do it in hot pink just for fun. Okay, and then right above that, let's give a min height of 200 pixels. All right, save that. I'll go down to the question here, and what I'm going to which equation has the same solution as the given equation? So that'll be the question. Okay, so let's create a for loop here. So I'm going to say for, and we'll say let I equals 0, I is less than 8 because there's 8 problems, and we'll increment I each time through the loop. And then within that, we will have, let's see, we'll have a const called problem question, and we'll set that equal to document.query selector all, and we'll do the problem class with the question. I think that's what I called it. It's inside the question, yeah, with the question class inside of that. And we'll do that for each one at index I. Okay, and then we'll say problem question dot text content, and we'll say equals. We'll do 2 backticks here. Now we want to type this out, or we could just copy from here. Let's copy from there. Copy, paste. Okay, and then let's put it in Spanish as well. So let's go up here, just to do English to Spanish, and paste that in, and we'll get that, copy that, and paste in the Spanish version. Okay, and now we'll save that, go back to my browser, and let's open the file. So we'll do Control O here, go here, and we'll open this. Okay, and we see the general outlook here along with the formatting. One other thing I want to do with the styling is I want to do the .pb class, and we're going to create a page break after, and we'll say always. Okay, we'll save that, refresh here, go to print, and we see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next page. When I am going to print this to PDF, I'll go to More Settings, uncheck headers and footers. That takes the date stuff information away. So we got all that. That's good. Now we want 8 different versions here. So we also probably want a version container. So let's do some multiple cursors here. And there we go. And now what we'll do is p.version container and create tags for each of those. Go down to our JavaScript here. I'm going to do a const with name of version container. And I'm going to set that equal to document.query selector all. That'll be in the problem class, and I'll have the version container class, and we'll set that index I. Okay, and then we'll go and we'll do version container dot text content, and that'll be equal to, we'll do backticks there, we'll do v, and then we'll pass in I plus 1 because I is going to start at 0. So we want to start at 1. Okay, and now let's refresh. And you see now we have these versions, so those will match up with solutions at the end that we'll create now. So let's go here, right before the end of the container. We'll do another page break here. Below that we'll do a class called solutions. We already have a UL class called solutions, so let's call it answers. And inside of that, let's just have a heading, say solutions, and then we'll have an ordered list with 8 list items. Okay, so we got all that. All right, so now we got to start to construct the problem here. So let's make construct the equation. Let's do that. Construct the equation. Okay, so what we need to do that is we need to create some variables. So in this equation here, we're going to have a coefficient. In the original equation, we have coefficient in front of x and 2 constants. Okay, so I'm going to create a constant. I'm going to call that coef1. And I'm going to do let, because we might want to add something later on. I probably won't do it this one to make it negative, potentially. So we're going to say let coef1 equal math.floor, and then we'll do a math.random, and we'll multiply this by 8, and that will give me 0 through basically 7, I believe. If I add 2, that should be 2 through 9. I should be able to get with that coefficient. Let me just copy this, and let's paste it, and we'll rename this into constant 1, and then constant 2. Okay, so then let me create a function up here. So we'll say let create equation equal, and we'll pass in the first coefficient, then the constant, and another constant here. And then, so I'm going to do an arrow function here, and we will return let's return through backticks. We'll do cof1 times x plus, we'll pass in constant 1 equals constant 2. And I think there's something I want to change about constant 2 here. Constant 2 is between, yeah, it's between like 2 and 9. I want to multiply this by, let's say, 20, make it between 40 and 180. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to do times 20. Okay, so I'm going to increase that. And then let's go and grab the equation, put it in a variable. So we'll say grab equation, put in variable, then display. And this is just rough. This will need to be refactored if you really wanted to make it all good, but it's just a rough way of making this do now, that I can regenerate it and have as many as I want. So let's say const, let's call it the equation. And it's a function, I call it a create equation. So I'm going to set that equal to create equation, and we're going to pass in cof1, constant 1, and constant 2. Okay? And now we're going to say, well, we got to put it into this spot here, into the equation class. So let's create a holder for that. So I'm going to say const equation holder equals document dot query selector all. We'll go into the problem class and into the equation class. And then we'll create that holder, and now we're going to put something in the holder. So we're going to do equation holder dot text content equals, we'll do 2 backticks here, and we'll pass in the equation variable. Okay, and now we'll save it and go back to our browser here. If I refresh, now I have a different equation each time. Okay, and if I hit refresh, it'll change it. Cool. Okay, so now we have to pick the correct solution and do, I want this A, B, C, D, so let's go up to my styling first. So I'm going to say it's the solutions class, the list items. I want the list style to be upper alpha. And we'll save that and go back. And there we go. We've got upper alpha now. And so now what I want to do is I want to create a solution order. Create solution order. So this is going to pick which the correct solution is in. And then we're going to move it to organize the other stuff. So I'm going to say const solution order equals math.floor, math.random. We'll do it times 4, and that'll give us 0, 1, 2, or 3. Fill in correct solution. Okay, so we're going to say if solution order, if that equals 0, well, we have to have somewhere to put it. So let's do a const solution container equals document dot query selector all, and we'll do in the solutions class the list item. We got to put these within quotes here, in the solutions class, the list item at index I. And then we'll say solution container equals, let's just do A for this, else if solution order, if that equals 1, we'll say solution container equals, and there's probably stuff we're going to add to these, B, else if solution order, if that triple equals 2, we'll say solution container, that's going to equal C, and then else, we'll just do the solution container is going to equal D. Okay, and then let's save that, and now refresh, and something messed up. Okay, so let's go Control-Shift-I, and go to the console, and uncut type error, assignment to constant variable. Okay, make this let. Okay, all right, there we go. Now everything's good. And if we go down here to our solutions, nothing's going there. So, and we're losing it after a certain point. So there's another error, maybe. No, we're not losing it. Why is that not working? It's because we have to have it. It's answers, not solutions. Answers. Okay. Okay, let's go down. We're still not getting the solutions. Well, we could try, let's try OL. OL. Still not getting it. What the heck? All right, why is this not working? Oh. Yeah, I know why it's not working, because we need .text content. Yeah, and actually, that's why I probably put it back at const. Well, you see, when you're coding fast like this, yeah, there we go. Now we got it. Okay. Mistakes will be made. Okay, so cool. So we got that. Now what are we going to do? Well, now we've got to create the correct solution. So it's going to be, so we'll create another function here. We'll say let correct solution equal, we're going to pass in coef1, constant 1, and constant 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to return, it's going to be coef1 times x, that's going to be equal to, now it's going to be constant 2 minus constant 1. Okay, and that's going to be the correct solution. Let's see, what do they have for the first incorrect solution is they multiply them. Okay, so let incorrect solution 1 equal, we have to pass in all these things, coef1, constant 1, constant 2, and we're going to return, that's going to be coef1 times x equals, then we'll do on this side, we're going to do constant 1 times constant 2. Okay, let's create another one. Let incorrect solution, we'll call this one 2, equals, we're going to take cof1, constant 1, constant 2, and we're going to return, it's going to be cof 1 times x equals, let's see, what do we have over here for the first incorrect? Oh, okay, they added them. All right, or the second incorrect, so it's going to be constant 1 plus constant 2. Okay, and the last one, what do? They divide constant 2 by constant 1. We'll probably do a math.floor for that, just to get a integer. So incorrect solution 3. So we'll do cof1 constant 1 constant 2, and we'll return. We'll do cof1 times x equals, we'll do math.floor, and then we'll do constant 2 divided by constant 1. Okay, we're getting close to being done here now that we have our functions here. So let's save it, and let's go back to our if-else statement. So if A is correct, well, we have to create another variable to place in each of these. So we do solutions, and yeah. Okay, so fill in correct solution in answer and arrange multiple choice. So we're going to have to create another variable. Let's do, actually 4 of them. So const correct solution container. It's going to be document.query selector all. And we're going to do the dot solutions class, the list item. We'll do it index 4. No, this is going to be, actually we're going to name the solution container 1, or multiple choice container 1. Multiple choice, let's just call it multiple choice 1. Okay, and that's going to be at 4 times I. And then we want to spell const correctly also. Const. Come on. And then we'll do const multiple choice 2. It's going to equal this, and we'll add a +1 here. And then we'll do const multiple choice, do this 3, and we'll add +2, and then we'll do const, can't spell today, const multiple choice, let's call this 4, and that's going to equal this, and we'll do +3. Okay, so that should give me each of those. And now if we'll do the first one, so if A is correct, that's going to be multiple choice 1. Multiple choice 1 dot text content equals the correct solution, and we'll pass in cof 1 constant 1 and constant 2. Okay, and let's just save that as is and refresh here. And we got 1A is correct, okay, and that is correct. See, 8x, which is equivalent. 8x equals 31. If I refresh, I get an A down here. 9x equals 151. Okay, good. All right, so now we've got a, we'll say multiple choice 2. That's going to be the first incorrect solution. So we'll do text content equals incorrect solution 1. We'll pass in cof1, cof, or constant 1, and constant 2. Okay, and then multiple choice 3 dot text content is going to equal incorrect solution 2 with cof1, constant 1, and constant 2 passed in. And then multiple choice 4 dot text content is going to equal incorrect solution 3 with cof1, constant 1, and constant 2 all passed in. Okay, let's save that. And now when we got A is correct, we get these. So A is correct, this one, we get the first wrong answer, second wrong answer, and we do the division, and it gives us floor division. So that looks pretty good. Now we just have to do that for the other choices. So what I'm going to do is copy this here, and we'll change each of these. So now B is going to be correct. So I'm going to paste this in, and that means multiple choice 2 is the correct one. And we'll make the first incorrect one multiple choice 1. Okay, now I'm going to paste this in. And now multiple choice 3 is going to be the correct solution. And we'll move multiple choice 1 up to here. Okay, and then let's paste in for D. And now 4 is going to be the correct solution. And we'll make 1 go up here. Okay, so now if I refresh, I've got solutions everywhere. I've got my correct answers here. Like version 8 should be B, which it is. Version 7 should be D, which it is. And we can refresh. And why I call these infinite do nows is I can refresh. And notice the solutions are changing, the problems are changing. So you can print as many of these as you want. Now when you go to print, you can go print and print it to PDF. And that's a little bit long here. So I need to tighten it up a little bit. So one last thing, because I don't want it trailing onto the next page. So let's go here. And let's body, let's make the font size 0.95 rem. And save it. And now let's go to print. So I made the font slightly smaller. See if that, oh, there we go. Perfect. And with that small change, we've got our do now, and you can, the dotted lines are for where you can cut the paper on little strips and hand out different versions. Each student's going to get one of the 8 versions, so it keeps from copying, and you'll have your solutions here so you can quickly grade it. That's pretty much all there is to this video. If you found it helpful and you're interested in the JavaScript and stuff like that, or interested in how I create do nows for my math class, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one.